Good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, and I am getting on this morning. Hopefully, I'm going to make this quick, and I'm going to talk about fat, dietary fat, and why it's important for our bodies. So I was raised in a society and in a household where low-fat everything was the norm. We were all looking to make sure that we kept our dietary fat low, and the idea behind that was that whatever fat you take in, then you incorporate and basically put into your physical body and you come out fatter. Well, that's a complete myth. That's not how it works at all. And I wanted to really touch base on why dietary fat is actually really, really great for our diets. So with TerraFit, and just real quick, just a quick recap, we are on week 2. We're actually almost done with week challenge. And with TerraFit, we are really doing an entire overhaul of what we're eating. So a lot of times when we think about healthier eating and whole eating, I know that there are some people who do the TerraFit challenge and incorporate not just the TerraFit suggestions, but also something like Whole30. When we're incorporating a new nutritional overhaul, a lot of times just based on society and based on what we may have been raised around, we automatically reach for the low-fat version of things. But that may actually hinder our wellness and our fitness and our health overhaul. So when you think about the process that something goes through to become low-fat when it originated as a potentially high-fat type of food, that process of creating a low-fat version actually can include a huge amount of chemicals. So whatever you're consuming may actually have to go through a process with a whole bunch of chemicals either incorporated into that food or just kind of as catalysts to create a lower fat version. But you're not getting the same whole food at the end of the process that you started with. So creating something and creating a lower fat or a non-fat version may actually not be as healthy to our bodies because it's incorporating different chemicals just to get it to a lower fat version. The other piece is when you consume high fat foods, more in their whole food version, so something like avocados or coconut milk, those can actually keep you satiated, so keep you fuller for longer. Isn't that a good thing? So with TerraFit, we are trying to do that 6 small meals per day. And personally, that's a hard one for me because I don't tend to get very hungry during the day. So 6 small meals is me constantly reminding myself that I need to keep putting food into my body. I keep needing to fuel that metabolism and fuel the fire. But when it comes to including higher fat things, we are actually keeping our body comfortable in terms of appetite for longer periods of time. So we can get to that next small meal or that next snack, or at dinner, we can actually stay fuller throughout the entire night and not be as hungry for something that's really huge or maybe even super fatty in the morning. The other super important thing about fats is when you have fats in your diet, you can actually incorporate that into your physiology so that your cells communicate better. So when you think about cell communication, neurons and synapses, those neurons are actually coded when your synapses are going from cell to cell. Those neurons are coded in something called myelin sheath. And that myelin sheath is created or is constituted by none other than, hey Wayne, how are you? None other than fats. So we need those fats. We need those fats to keep our hormone system going properly. We need those fats to make sure that our cells are all connected properly. We need fat to make sure that our body is communicating properly and working properly. And when you're doing something like a health or a wellness overhaul, you need to keep incorporating those fats. So again, stuff like avocados are great for you. They do have those omega-3s and omega-6s, and they have that good dietary fat that's actually really great for your cell communication in your body. Coconut milk. When I was younger, my mom always told me not to use coconut milk very often, not coconut water, but coconut milk, because it was so high fat and I wanted to make sure that I didn't get fat. And again, a complete and utter myth. My favorite thing to put in my coffee lately is coconut milk because it is thick. I have one of those like latte milk zhuzhers, like those handheld things, and you can actually just put that straight into a little bit of coconut milk, froth it up, put it with your coffee, and you can get that dietary fat for yourself in your coffee, in your homemade latte, and it tastes amazing. When it comes to butter or margarine, which one should you have? Definitely not the margarine, because it has a whole bunch of chemicals because it's gone through that process to kind of defat it. You want to use that butter version, that higher fat version, and an even better version than actual butter is what's called clarified butter, and that takes away the dairy from the butter. So a super easy way to make this at home, just put a whole bunch of sticks of butter in like a saucepan, heat it up until it's melty, until it gets kind of that, it's a lighter froth that foams at the top. Then you're just gonna pour that entire heated up melted butter over like a coffee filter. This is the super easy DIY at home version, so that all of that whey and that dairy product come out of the butter and they stay on top of the coffee filter, and then all of the actual good fat from the butter continues to seep down into whatever receptacle you're pouring it into, and you can get that butter without the dairy, because I know for me, dairy doesn't always work the best for me. So those are some really great options to keep fat in your diet, because we love to make sure that our cells are communicating properly, that we have everything that we need in terms of our calories, especially if we are doing a full fitness overhaul. Sometimes it's really hard to get all of the calories that you need if you're trying to eat more vegetables, which are definitely less calories, eat less fried foods, and that fat is not necessarily a good fat. But let's think of fat in terms of what's the whole version. What version can come to us straight from plants or from nature? So that coconut milk is going to be really great for you. Avocados are really great ones to grab for, and then clarified butter or even just full fat butter is also really great. It helps your brain function better, it helps your muscles really well, and it helps all of your cell communication. So consider continuing to eat fat, even if you're doing an entire nutritional overhaul or a fitness overhaul like I'm doing currently with TerraFit, which is the 12-week challenge that I'm currently coaching. So if you have any questions on how to become a part of the TerraFit challenge, we are having a great time. Right now we're on week 2, but also consider keep that fat in your diet. So I hope you all have a great rest of your Thursday. Thanks for joining me. If you do hop on the live a little bit later on, just let me know that you were here. Go ahead and like anything and feel free to ask any questions. Thanks, guys. Have a great Thursday. Bye.